I was halfway through picking up tacos from our favorite spot in Austin when I accidentally stumbled upon a scene straight out of a reality show. Through the open window, I spotted my girlfriend, Leia, sitting in a corner booth with her three closest partners in chaos, Vera, Sienna, and Quinn. Phones, napkins covered in frantic scribbles, and margarita glasses littered the table like they were plotting a heist. I wasn't trying to eavesdrop, but then I heard my name. That's when I casually ducked behind a massive potted cactus by the entrance and pretended to scroll through my phone. Vera's voice cut through, brimming with confidence. "Every guy fails this," she said, swirling her drink. When I tested Miles, he just shrugged and said, "Cool, whatever." Showed his true colors. But Theo's different. Still, you have to be sure before you waste more years. Apparently, their plan was for Leia to stage a breakup and secretly record my reaction. If I begged for her back, keep her. If I calmly accepted it, heartless fraud. Quinn seemed uneasy. "This feels kind of wrong," she said, but Vera was relentless. "It's not manipulation, it's survival. My cousin didn't test her guy and found out after 4 years that he was engaged to someone else." Sienna urged Leia to do it that night. They clinked glasses like they'd just cracked the code to everlasting love. I left with my tacos, my brain running laps. We'd been together for 2 years, living together for 8 months in our cozy East Side apartment. Now my relationship was apparently hanging on the results of a tequila-fueled TikTok experiment. Fine. If they wanted a dramatic reaction, I'd deliver the performance of a lifetime. When I got home, I set up my laptop on the kitchen counter, pulled up some random stock charts, and practiced a haunted expression in the back of a spoon. By the time Leia walked through the door an hour later, I looked like a man on the brink. "Hey babe, we need to talk," she said, her voice trembling but rehearsed. "Oh, thank God you're home," I blurted, slamming my laptop shut. "Yeah, we do need to talk." She blinked in confusion. "You go first." "No, you," I insisted. She subtly angled her phone to record and launched into her speech. Tears, shaky voice, the whole act. "I've been thinking about us, Theo. I need space. This isn't working anymore." I let the silence hang before I broke, looking utterly devastated. "No, Leia. Please, you can't do this. Not now." Her eyes brightened. She thought she'd hooked me. "I'm sorry, but I'm sure," she continued. That's when I clutched her hands and delivered my first curveball. "Who's going to help me cover my crypto trading losses?" Her face froze. "You're what?" "It started small," I said, voice cracking. $100 in Bitcoin, some Ethereum. But I kept losing. I'm in deep. Really deep." "How deep?" she asked, suspicious now. $62,000, I sighed. "And I've been using your Hulu account to log into the platform. If we break up, they'll lock me out and I'm finished." She stared. "My Hulu? What does Hulu have to do with crypto?" "You don't know about Hulu's underground trading network? God, you're so pure. That's why I need you." She was rattled, but I wasn't done. "Is this about Jasper from your spin class? Does he know about the termites?" "Termites?" she yelped. "Found them in our closet last month," I said gravely. "Been treating it with this sketchy Craigslist pest guy. If you leave, you'll have to deal with them alone." Now she was scanning the room like the furniture might start moving. I kept piling it on. "Also, I might have told my dad we're getting married. He's already booked a Tahoe venue. Non-refundable. He'll be crushed if we split." Her hand trembled, phone shaking as it kept recording. "Married? And that half marathon we signed up for? The $600 entry fee? My buddy Nate already made custom shirts with our faces. Oh, and that dent in your car last week? That was me practicing donuts in the parking lot. At 2 a.m. Without a license." Her eyes widened. "You don't have a license?" "Not since last year," I admitted. "Only drove your car. Mine's been repoed." By then, her test had completely imploded. Her phone capturing every bizarre confession I could dream up. And somewhere in the middle of it all, I couldn't tell who was testing who anymore. I'd been working at the shop for about 3 months when the front door burst open and in marched Vera, Sienna, and Quinn, moving like they'd been rehearsing this ambush. Vera, clearly the commander of this little mission, pointed at me and shouted, "Lila, we heard everything through the phone. Grab your stuff. This guy's a lunatic with crypto debt. I just smiled at them. Oh look, the brain trust is here, I said. Vera, funny how your boyfriend Miles always happens to be traveling for work whenever your sister's in town. Strange coincidence, huh? And Quinn, remind me, didn't your ex agree to your breakup test because you were already hooking up with his cousin? Oh, and Sienna, still telling people your Etsy shop is your freelance art business when it's really just feet pics. The room went dead quiet. I stayed calm. Here's the truth. I overheard your whole little plan at the taco joint. The script, the recording, the fake breakup to test me. No crypto debt, no termites, no expired license, and definitely no Tahoe wedding. But the marathon? Yeah, that's real. You thought you could play me. Now you see how dumb this game is. Vera stammered, this is gaslighting. I laughed. No, gaslighting is staging a breakup to secretly record your partner's reaction. That's manipulation 101. I turned toward the bedroom. Lila's voice shrank. Where are you going? To pack, I said. You failed your own test the second you let these clowns convince you to play games instead of talking to me like a grown-up. That night, I stayed at my friend Rory's place. My phone blew up. 53 missed calls from Lila, 120 texts bouncing between apologies, rage, and begging. A few highlights. It was just a misunderstanding. You lied about crypto. That's worse than what I did. If you don't come back, I'm tossing your PlayStation. I made sure to screenshot the threats. 2 days later, I went back to our apartment while she was at work. Her laptop was open to a group chat called Sisters Lifting Sisters. I looked, yes, I snooped. What I found was a gold mine of toxicity. They'd been running tests on their boyfriends for months. Vera once had Sienna flirt with Miles at a club to see if he'd take the bait. Quinn catfished her ex with a fake Snapchat. They encouraged Lila to cancel plans with me last minute to see if I'd get mad enough to prove I care. One girl even faked a pregnancy scare to measure her boyfriend's commitment. This wasn't a friend group. It was a cult. I took screenshots of everything, then packed my things, clothes, laptop, vinyl records. I left behind anything we'd bought together. I wasn't here to be petty. I was done. Then I found Lila's journal in her nightstand. Relationship blueprint. It was basically a manifesto written by her friends. He should cover all expenses. I'd been paying 65% of the bills. Test him regularly to keep him invested. That explained the random fights. If he's not jealous, he doesn't love you. I call that confidence, not control. The last page was a pros and cons list about me. Pros, funny, remembers her smoothie order, great with her little brother. Cons, 2 common arguments, not possessive, too rational, friends think I'm boring. Her friends, the same ones who'd gone through 15 breakups since I'd met them, thought I was boring. Hilarious. I left a note, your stuff's safe. I took what's mine. Rent's paid through the month. Your sisters can help you with the rest. P.S. Change the Hulu password. Good luck with your crypto empire. That night the fallout began. Lila's mom texted. How could you abandon her over a prank? Her brother chimed in. 2 years together and you just ditch her? The only reasonable person in her circle, my friend Zara, asked, what's the deal with the crypto meltdown? I sent her the full story and screenshots. Her reply. Holy crap, that's unhinged. She told me Lila had gone full victim mode online. Her Instagram post read, when you give someone your heart, and they leave over a misunderstanding, some people just can't handle real love. Yeah, real love with a script and a hidden camera. I stayed silent. Let her bury herself. Then came the smear campaign. Lila told mutual friends I'd ruined her financially with my fake crypto confession, called me emotionally abusive, and hinted I'd cheated because I didn't beg for her back. Vera told people I'd been flirty with her, never even texted her one-on-one. Quinn claimed I'd insulted her art career. I'd only pointed out her Etsy shop's real niche. Facts aren't insults. Sienna said I was controlling, which was rich coming from someone who choreographed Lila's every move. The tide shifted when Miles, Vera's boyfriend, reached out to me. Yo, is it true about the fake? And that's when things really started to turn. When the whole breakup test came to light, I looped him in immediately and sent screenshots from our group chat. He went straight to Vera. who tried to deny everything until he pulled out the evidence. That was it. He dumped her on the spot. The fallout was instant. Quinn's ex stumbled across my post about the mess, realized he'd been tested too, and outed her dirty secrets online. Then Sienna's boyfriend got wind of the chat through Miles and ended things as well. By the time the dust started to settle, 3 of the 4 sisters were suddenly single. Leia, though, was unraveling. She started calling me from unknown numbers after I blocked her. The voicemails came one after another. First one. My friends are blaming me for their breakups. This is your fault. Second. You had no right to share our chat. Third. I'm getting evicted because I can't afford rent alone, just talk to me. That last one hit harder than I wanted to admit, but I reminded myself that she had picked manipulation over trust. Then she took things up a notch. She turned up at my workplace, a tech startup where I work as a data analyst, standing in the lobby with tears in her eyes. Theo, 5 minutes, please. I shook my head. You'll lose your apartment. Should have thought of that before you tested whether I'd beg you to stay. When she refused to leave, security escorted her out. She tried to make a scene, but no one was buying it. Word about her stunt was already spreading. Her next move was a Facebook post accusing me of theft. Missing after my ex moved out. My grandmother's necklace, for $100 in cash. My ADHD meds, first edition comics. Every word was a lie. I'd never seen a necklace. No money went missing, and I don't even touch her medication. As for the comics, those were mine. I proved it. Posted screenshots of my Amazon orders for the books, text messages where she admitted the necklace didn't exist, and bank statements that showed there'd been no withdrawals. The comment section turned on her fast. This is embarrassing. Receipts don't lie. She deleted the post within hours, but the screenshots were already everywhere. Not done yet, she wrote a 2,000-word blog post called How to Spot a Toxic Partner. My truth. In it, she painted me as a narcissist who gaslit her, turned her friends against her, and abandoned her because she wouldn't beg me back. She blasted it into local Austin Facebook groups, expecting an outpouring of support. Instead, people asked for proof. When she couldn't produce any, someone linked my version of events, complete with screenshots. The comments got savage. You tested him and got mad when he didn't play along? Sounds like you're the toxic one. She deleted that too, but the damage was permanent. The so-called Sisters Lifting Sisters group collapsed. Vera went back to live with her mom in Dallas after Miles dumped her. Quinn's reputation went down in flames when her exes exposed her manipulative behavior. Sienna's boyfriend shared the group chat with their entire social circle, which led to 2 more girls in the group getting dumped when their partners recognized the pattern. Leia lost her apartment and ended up moving in with her cousin, who apparently reminds her every day that she sabotaged a good relationship for drama. She's now working double shifts at both a coffee shop and a retail store to make ends meet. The bills I used to help pay. Her last big gamble was mailing a handwritten letter to my parents' house in Houston. It was melodramatic, claiming I'd cruelly abandoned her over a misunderstanding. My mom called me laughing, saying, "She says you left her over a prank. What's the real story?" I told her everything. My mom's verdict? She played games and lost. You did the right thing. Then my dad got on the phone. Never liked her. Too fake. Thanks, Dad. 1 week ago, she made another attempt. New number, new angle. I know you hate me, but I need closure. Coffee. My reply was short. You threw away 2 years with a scripted breakup. I don't owe you closure. She claimed therapy had helped her realize her mistakes and that she'd changed. I told her. Good for you. Still no. She accused me of throwing away what we had, but I reminded her. You threw it away. I just walked away from the mess. Then I blocked her again. Life's been better since. I'm dating Elise, 27, from my hiking group in Barton Creek. On our 4th date, I told her the whole Leia saga. She just shook her head and said, "Grown adults actually do breakup tests? Is this high school?" Exactly. Vera is now working at her uncle's car dealership, still single. Quinn has deleted all her social media after the backlash. Sienna has moved on to yet another drama-filled friend group. Leia still posts about healing and growth, with gems like, The universe removes people to save you. Sure, Leia. The universe did me a favor by showing me exactly who you are. Rory summed it up best over beers. She thought you'd beg for someone who faked a breakup, like you don't have a spine. It's not about options, it's about standards. The moment Leia chose manipulation over trust, she failed her own game. And in her case, the prize for playing a stupid game was ending up single, broke, and stuck with a cousin who reminds her daily she threw away a solid relationship for social media clout. No regrets here, no rewinds, no chasing, and definitely no begging.